I sensed something was off the very moment her eyes stopped anchoring themselves to me and drifted toward him instead. That was the exact second the ground shifted beneath my feet. We were standing near the free weights rack. The speakers rattled with bass, the air thick with sweat and metal. My wife, Lena, tightened her ponytail like she was getting ready for another set, pretending she wasn't staring across the gym. But I saw it, the pause in her breath, the slight parting of her lips, the way her pulse fluttered at the base of her neck. She wasn't looking at me. She wasn't even pretending to. She was watching him. Eric, the trainer everyone noticed even if they pretended not to. Tall, sculpted, confident without trying. He was helping a woman stretch. But every few minutes his eyes flicked toward our corner. And every single time, Lena straightened her back, lifted her chin, like she wanted to be the reason he looked again. My stomach twisted. 8 years of marriage, weathering miscarriages, money trouble, long nights of trying to be each other's safe place. And yet this silent, electric shift between them felt like the beginning of a fracture I couldn't stop. I tried to shake it off. Told myself I was overthinking. But insecurity has a talent for whispering the truths you've been ignoring. Half an hour later, I was wiping sweat from my forehead when someone stepped behind me. "Hey man, got a minute?" I turned. It was him, Eric. I forced a polite nod. "What's up?" He lowered his voice, looking genuinely uncomfortable. "Listen, your wife keeps coming over to my sessions, asking personal stuff. Flirting, not the friendly gym talk kind." A cold weight settled in my chest. "I just didn't want to assume," he said. "But today she asked if I'd train her privately. Off the schedule. Outside the gym. Off the schedule. Private." My breath stalled. "And I didn't even know she was married until when the staff told me," he added. "I figured you should hear from me." I managed a stiff, "Thanks." He nodded and walked away. But I stayed frozen, watching Lena tie her shoelaces while sneaking another glance in his direction. And suddenly every strange moment from the past month snapped together like a puzzle I didn't want to finish. Late-night phone on silent. Work dinners. That didn't match your calendar. Quickly closing apps when I walked in. This sudden obsession with the gym. All of it made sense. Just not the kind of sense anyone wants. We drove home without a word. Inside, she dropped her bag and stretched like everything was perfectly normal. "You didn't finish your last set," she said lightly. "Everything okay?" I stared at her, searching for the woman I used to know in her smile, and realizing it wasn't there anymore. "Why did you ask the trainer for private sessions?" I asked quietly. Her smile died instantly. "Who told you that?" "So you did." She crossed her arms. "Why are you interrogating me?" "Just answer." Her jaw clenched. "Because I want to get in shape. Because you're busy. Because I needed help." "Privately?" "Off the schedule." She looked away, and that was my answer. "Are you cheating on me?" Her head snapped back. "No. God, no. How could you think that?" "Because you don't look at me the way you look at him." For a split second, guilt flickered in her eyes. Then she smothered it. "You're being paranoid." "Then give me your phone." Her hand flew to her pocket before she could stop herself. That reflex told me what her words never would. "No," she snapped. "I don't have to prove anything." But she did, and she knew it. "Give me your phone," I repeated. Her eyes pooled, not with sadness, but fear. "It's not what you think," she whispered. So there was something. She sank onto the couch, hands trembling. "It was only texting," she confessed. "Just flirting. I never did anything physical." A dull ache spread through my chest. "Why?" I asked. "Because you stopped noticing me," she cried. "Because I felt invisible. And when he looked at me, I felt like I mattered." I sat down across from her, feeling like someone had carved me open. "Lena, I've been trying," I whispered, "showing up, fighting for us." "I know," she said softly. "And that's what makes this worse." That night, I couldn't sleep. I lay awake replaying every small behavior I had dismissed, every little lie wrapped in routine. At 3 a.m., she approached me in the dark. "Please don't leave," she whispered, her voice breaking. It didn't mean anything. But betrayal doesn't need meaning. It only needs a door left unlocked, and she'd open it wide. "I'm not leaving tonight," I said, "but things aren't going back to how they were." She cried into the blanket beside me, but I didn't reach for her. I couldn't, not with the wound still raw and bleeding. 2 weeks later, after counseling, arguments, apologies, brutal honesty, and slow emotional unraveling, the truth hit me. I could forgive her for being lonely. I could forgive her for struggling. But I couldn't forgive her for seeking comfort in someone else instead of coming to me. On a quiet Sunday afternoon, sunlight filtering through the curtains, I finally spoke the word she'd been dreading. "Lena, I can't stay." Her face crumpled. Please don't do this." "I loved you," I said gently. "So much that I ignored what was breaking right in front of me. But I can't rebuild trust alone. And I can't spend the rest of my life wondering who you're really looking at." She reached for me. I stepped back. In that moment, she realized she hadn't just flirted. She had gambled our marriage, and she had lost. When I closed the door behind me, my chest felt heavy, but the air felt cleaner. Sometimes betrayal ends quietly, with no shouting, no dramatic finale, just a packed bag, a calm decision, and a heart that finally remembers it deserves better.